Hello and welcome to this week's coffee vlog. It's now Friday the 26th of March. The year is ploughing on regardless. Heading home at 5:30 dead on. I'm going to take a gamble because why not, and see if I can get all my Hermes in the locker at home. Ooh, a bit close to that one then. The gamble being, if I don't get them all in, I'll be dropping them off tomorrow. So I'm making more work for myself tomorrow. But I was just thinking, can I really be bothered to hike up the hill to the Windsors one? Because you've got to cross the road and then go up a bit carrying your boxes to put them in. And the one up by me, I can just park right outside it and just boot to locker, no problem. So I'm thinking, yeah, I'll go for the gamble. And probably it'll be full, because it's been full a few times this week. So I've got this feeling there's a few businesses use that one up near me, because there's a business park just down the road from it. So I suspect that's why it keeps always being full. So we'll see. I'll maybe get some in or not, I don't know. So last weekend was it was all right, I suppose. Really, it was none too exciting. Weather wasn't particularly exciting. It wasn't nice and warm or anything. Mostly had a pretty quiet weekend. Did the vlog as I always do the vlog. And then Sunday, Sublime Sunday post wasn't too exciting because I was a bit under the weather still with this cold. I've managed to just about clear it now, but it has been pretty grotty to say the least. Squeaky brakes. And it's totally just wiped me out. I mean, I've been managing under duress to get work done, but it's sort of, you get your day over with, get home, and that's it. I'm wiped. I just want to sleep if I can get any sleep, because at some point I was like waking up every hour because the nose was blocked, so I was breathing through my mouth, so my mouth ended up like a desert. So I was waking up every hour grabbing for my water bottle to rehydrate myself a little bit. And there's a bus behind me who's actually trying to get in the back seat with us. Literally, you can't see it, I don't know. No, my head's in the way. Get out of the way, head. But there's this coach thing, and it is literally right up my chuff. It's going to be even more up my chuff now, because I'm going to let all these lot in. Go on, yeah, you get in. The police van did a swift move along. Now this coach is desperate to get somewhere. I don't know where he's going to, but he's desperate to get there. So, yeah, so not a lot happened last weekend, really, because illness. I set up my new work computer. So having expanded, well, I've run the MacBook Pro, 16GB MacBook Pro with Touch Bar, pretty much to its limits, because running Windows in parallels, plus all the tabs and browsers I run on Mac and everything else, it just kept crippling it. And there'll be times when the whole thing, because it's run out of RAM and it's swapping, and it just ground to halt, and it was getting kind of tedious. It was regular doing it. I thought I might have cleared it up with that clear white last sort of August time, when I completely fresh installed everything, but it didn't really help that much. It was still lurking, even with the fresh Windows 10 install. I tried to put as little as possible on it to maybe make it a little bit more lighter, even that was still just making it struggle. So I decided, as everything is cloud-based now, the requirement that I used to have, you know, everything's on the laptop and then I'm taking the laptop home and I've got it with me at home and whatever else, isn't so much there. Plus the fact that remote login technology is rather excellent nowadays. So using remote login, I can log into any computers at work. So again, you can take, you know, you can leave what you need at work as far as computer wise, and then just remote log into the computer and do whatever you need to do as well. So you know, the need to have a carry about laptop, other than having one to do stuff remotely that way, doesn't need to have it all on it there anyway because of the cloud system. So I decided the only bits of Apple tech that I've never got my hands on, and of course it's kind of like one of those things you sort of revere, and certainly when it came out it was such a big thing and I knew people who got them from various following people on Twitter and things. So I finally picked up myself a Apple trash can 2013 Mac Pro. So yeah, it's actually stupidly good looking on a desk. It's just, I mean, if you compare it to sticking a tower unit, the PC tower, however neoned up and blinged up you make them, it's still a rectangular box, isn't it? With a load of components in it, and to have this sort of steel, well, it's a metallic
30 miles per hour.
I don't even know what you'd call the colour of the outside. It's just shiny metallic cylinder, just a complete cylinder. It's amazing, really. Just sat on your desk there with a gap at the top where hot air comes out silently, completely silent. The thing is, I've been thrashing it with 2 Windows 10 VMs this week and everything else I have running, and it just, there's no fan noise, it just doesn't even get hot. It's amazing. So yeah, 2013 Mac Pro,
risk zone,
48 gigabytes of RAM,
miles per hour.
more than enough compared to the 16 I was suffering with. I mean, yeah, you're way ahead with 48 gigabytes, so I don't imagine I'll need to upgrade that anytime. 256 gigabyte SSD, which most of them were, unless you paid for an upgrade, and picking them up used, you know, it's kind of a trade-off. How much money do you want to spend? I mean, I was trying to get the best value I could, which I think I did. I got a really good price, actually. Majority of them were bought with the base spec of 256 SSD. But I'd got a USB 3 SSD, external SSD in a case, 500 gigabytes, so that's just plugged into one of the USB 3 ports, and it's as quick as the internal thing. I've got one Windows 10 VM on that external drive, so you know, if it was slow, trying to use that Windows 10 VM over the external drive would be horrendous, but it just runs like the one that's on the internal, just as smooth, no lag or anything. So that is that's fine. I've got more than enough storage with that combination. In fact, I've got a second 500 gigabyte drive attached as well, so that works fine. And yeah, it's great. It's been a big improvement on my workflow already, just because everything's a lot. I'm not starting stuff up all the time, it's already there, ready on, waiting for me. Also, I can run both the Windows 10 VMs instead of closing one and opening the other to do something in with the one that only has a few things on that I don't use very often, but sometimes I do. But I can have them both running now and it doesn't really matter. And everything else runs smoothly. It was a bit of a pain getting all the printers we have connected. I think Big Sur created another new level of difficulty, because it wasn't that bad on the last one. It wasn't. It was relatively straightforward to get them transferred across manually. I just pulled them across from the backup, but this time it wouldn't have any of it, because it just kept saying, "Oh, it's what was it? The driver's not been correctly installed." That's the manufacturer and things. So in the end, I had to hunt down through forums to some download links for Samsung and HP drivers, and then manually add them in. But even then, I was having to use different product versions to get one that would actually run with my product. That was a bit faffy, but other than that, now it's all up and running. It seems to be lovely, lovely and smooth, and it means I can log into that from home and do stuff on that, which is a lot quicker than all the other PCs I was using that were a bit of a fudge. Oh look, Hermes driver there. So has he been and emptied the locker? Maybe we will be lucky. Who knows? Hopefully he's been. So I've got all that up and running. What else has been happening this week? Quite a lot of coffee roasted as per usual. Quite a lot of general product gone out this week actually. Shifted quite a few pallets of kit one way or another. Pardon me, dear me. School holidays are starting. That is some good news actually. I'm going to set my alarm back a bit later now. I can have 2 weeks where there won't be any school traffic, so I can go back to starting a little bit later in the day. And then of course we've got Easter weekend next weekend. Well, not, yeah, in a week's time. Easter, a week's time. Mr. Nellis was asking if I would be doing a Good Friday blog post. I don't know. You'll have to wait and see. Will I do it Thursday night? Will I do it Friday? I mean, if I do it Thursday night, I'll probably still upload it Saturday anyway. So it wouldn't make no difference to you really. I could just do it Thursday and pretend it's Friday, couldn't I? You wouldn't know. You wouldn't know. So yeah, quite a lot of coffee getting roasted. Had the big 30 kilo one today because I had some people come to look at it running as well, looking to buy a big roaster. So that seemed to go well. It did its job. Did a lot of tidying up yesterday, long overdue again, but when it gets really hectic busy and there's just no spare time to start messing about with stuff, so devil's going on here. It's just like, let's just abandon the car in the road to talk to people. So yeah, I had a good clean up, move around a bit in the little roasting room, reposition the packing machine so it's in a better position. So yeah, I was quite happy with all that. And generally, yeah, everything seems to be going pretty well at the moment. Waiting, of course, for everywhere to open back up. But it still feels like it's a long way off, you know, because a lot of people are still saying, well, only May is going to be suitable. So it's a bit of a case of...
Warning, risk zone, speed limit, 30 miles per hour.
Will we see a bit of an increase with sort of outside dining on April the 12th. Of course, the weather pens a bit. We've not had bad week's weather, but today's been really odd. Because it's been really sunny, and then all of a sudden it pours with rain and goes really dark. Then it goes really sunny, and then it goes really and you're kind of like, well, just make your mind up, weather. What are you going to do? So I don't know. I was a bit perplexed about that. But we had a couple of nice days. It was relatively warm on Wednesday. I think it was pretty warm. And we're supposed to be getting a pretty warm week, to be honest. So we shall just have to see what happens. Right, fingers crossed when I get to do this. I shall do Mr. Nellis, and then I'll be away to deposit my parcels. So what Mr. Nellis says is, my things to talk about on your vlog. What's Callum's favourite Disney character? As I like Timon and Simba from Lion King, Mickey Mouse and Pluto, and Woody and Buzz Lightyear from Toy Story. That's a lot of characters, isn't it? I don't really know who his favourite is, to be honest. I like watching your Topa roasting video. Good, I hope you are well educated in roasting. Have you ever been to the Yorkshire Dales? Of course, hasn't everyone? I may watch Breach. It's a good film, actually, worth watching. Can you remember He-Man and Skeletor as those men dressed up as the characters on the old money supermarket adverts? A Skeletor in the adverts was like the man in the pink dancing about like a loon. Yeah, I do remember He-Man. That was good old time cartoon series, wasn't it? He-Man. Have you ever played Trivial Pursuit? A long time ago. It's getting ridiculous about the second vaccine as it's due to problems. You know, Richard, you've had one of the vaccines. You should be happy. I haven't had any. So, you know, the fact that people are going to have to wait a bit longer for their second one, tough. I want to get mine. Just whenever I might get it, who knows? Maybe not. I'll just not get it at all. Just live in the shed and avoid coronavirus completely. Right, I'm off to get rid of my parcels and go home. So have a good weekend. Next week, catch you in next week's coffee vlog. Okay, see ya.